let's hit the employment practices area in a minute. Social media, you know, we'll go out in the corridor, you'll see everybody clicking away, clicking away, clicking away. I'm standing here clicking away, clicking away. You can only do so much to discourage that, right? People checking Facebook at work. You can put out these little statements in your employee handbook, right? But then, what happens if you're reviewing a little too closely, or you're making some judgment calls? Some of these electronic capabilities bleed over into other areas, right? And one of them can be in employment practices. So make sure that your employee handbooks are up to date and that they address social media. It used to be that the insurers would be beating upon the sexual harassment policy. Do you have a sexual harassment policy? Can I get a copy? Is it in your employment handbook? Can I get a copy? You know, they drove us crazy with all of that for about 5 years. But, you know, now it's going to be, do you have a social media policy? Is it written down? Have you shared it with all the employees? Did you get their signature? Is it in your handbook? Well, let's see a copy of it. And if you don't think it's going to happen to you because you're in a small community, frankly, you may even be more vulnerable because people count on the level of sophistication maybe not being there, right? So check the fine print. Look at what's going on around you in the employment environment. Sorry, going the wrong way. Okay, let's look at some possible claim scenarios. And this is not an intimidation tactic, but this is going to be kind of some examples on what could happen. Maybe not necessarily, but it gives you an idea of what's out of your control. And that is, how many times have you left your laptop behind? I did today. That's why I keep running in here with Lakin this afternoon. I left the office. I forgot the laptop. I figured Phil probably would have his, but I thought I better not risk it. I ran back to get the laptop. Well, it was just sitting out on my desk. Anybody could have taken it. Anybody could have looked at it. And while I was getting it set up, you saw all my file folders and names and everything. Anybody could have copied any of that down, right, Phil? So, you know, all these things are very innocent, but they can create liability if you're not careful. So, we've had so many incidents of laptops of your customers being left at the bank. How about that one? Are you covered for that? Maybe. If it's in your care, custody, and control, you're covered. But you may have a limitation on the laptop, right? And, again, you don't have liability coverage under your general liability policy. This is where you would have a cyber liability protection if someone views what is on that laptop and uses it. A computer virus totally destroys the insured's operating system, software, and data. Oh boy. Is that expensive, Phil?
Yes.
Okay. How about an organized crime ring? Okay, loan assistant takes a screenshot of overdrawn customer's account from the core system. The screenshot is sent unencrypted to the wrong client. Have you ever sent an email to the wrong person? Oops. I wouldn't want this to happen to me. Okay. A bank with several offices suffers a major data breach involving thousands of customer records from a lost USB device.
Not encrypted.
It was not encrypted. It was used as a backup method. As a result, the attorney generals in multiple states bring a regulatory action. So all of these little things can float around. Don't lose anything at the airport, right? People can get away with it pretty fast. Okay, bank employee joins a rival bank. Uh-oh. You see your customers going out the door? Could happen. They can download customer data. Or how about the rogue employee that deletes everything on you and you didn't know it? Try to get all that back together. That can be tough. So, believe it or not, your cyber policies can reimburse you for all of that or protect you for liability for all that. And if you have a separate policy, it won't disrupt your D&O coverage. Bank employee receives an email appearing to be from a legitimate source. Not Nigeria, not any of those things. From opening the email, a computer virus or Trojan horse spreads throughout the land. There's not enough Helen and Troys around to save you from that. Bank receives a series of notes which threatens the bank. Pay me moolah or I'm going to publish all this. Now actually, that could be a bond coverage because several bonds cover extortion. So if somebody tries to extort money from the bank, this could be a bank bond claim and not necessarily a cyber claim. Okay, a bank server is infected by a severe virus resulting in the website not being available, to customers for an extended time. Is everyone offering internet banking? How long has it been down on the average? An hour, 2 hours, 6 hours? Do you think you might want to have some business income and extra expense coverage if your electronic capabilities come down? I don't know, Phil, what do you recommend there?
That's usually an outsourced service provider, so depending on what their redundant systems are, make them hold to their SL.
Okay, a hacker obtains sensitive personal data from the bank's computer system. As a result, a number of customers bring suit against the bank for allowing access to the personal information. Didn't do anything, didn't actively expose it, but failure to act still makes you liable, right? Okay. Lawsuit brought against the bank alleging their online marketing content and product branding has been plagiarized and trademarks infringed upon. So, you're operating your website. You've got pictures of all your bank facilities out there. You've got your hours of operation. It's kind of a little newspaper clipping, right? Well, the only trouble is that when you're operating a website, you're a publisher. Your general liability should cover you for your professional advertising as part of your business, but again, there's the absolute electronic exclusion out there again. So, no, you do not have advertising coverage that you thought you might have because it's electronic related. You need special coverage for that. That's it. And we thank you so much for your time today.